You have often warned of the consequences of income inequality. It's growing in this country. What happens if it continues to grow?
Well, I think that obviously at some point there could be social unrest, but there also just may be a correction of the forces that lead to it. And again, that would be more through the tax system than anything else. So we've done a lot of things in this country along that line over the years. So I don't think, I think the natural tendency is for inequality to widen, but I don't think that that's a given outcome, because there are ways that we, and particularly government, can intercede in that.
Let's talk about a little bit more about why you think it matters. Because if Warren Buffett gets poorer, does that make X person richer?
No, I'm not. I'm not rich because somebody's poor, but some people are poor because the system doesn't reward their particular skills well, and some of them have some people have very limited skills in terms of what it brings them in a market system. I mean, let's say our whole system was based on how well you did in boxing, you know, I'd have trouble making a minimum wage. And it just so happens our skills have changed over the years. I mean, you know, we were an agrarian society 200 years ago, but now if you happen to have a mind that's particularly good in something like tech, for example, or
right.
something like, you know, picking stocks, you make incredible amounts of money, and that's the way those societies developed.
But what do you do in a day and age where iPads can replace certain jobs, and
well,
they are?
It's always good to replace jobs.
It's always good to replace jobs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we had, I don't know whether it was 70% of the people working on farms. Just think of that, the number of jobs we
right.
got rid of. And if you told people then we're going to get rid of, it's going to be 2% someday, or 3%, maybe 3%, they'd say the world is going to go to hell. But you want to free up people for other things. I mean, the less people it takes to build a car, the better off we are.
Will they have those other jobs to go to?
Well, that's always been the question when the tractor came along and the combine and when they put robots in auto factories or whatever.
Right.
People always say, well, where are they going to go? The market system has found places for most of them, but it does rearrange things in a big way in terms of what talents get paid for.
What is the best way to build up the middle class in this country, and do you think that's an important thing to do?
I think it's very important that everybody in a very prosperous society has some reasonable minimum level of living, including health care and education and all kinds of things. And I think if you have a society that has $52,000 of GDP per capita, there shouldn't be very many people going to bed hungry or remaining uneducated or having medical needs that are unmet. So, but I want to keep a society working that will take that 52 up to 55 and 60 and 70, which it will over time.
How do we do it? What's the best way?
Well, that's what society struggles with. The market system will produce a growing economy. That I would bet anything on that. And then the question is how do we take care of the people that are left behind because of it?